I remember I was in a place in my life, I was going through a very hard transition as a transfer student. I got into one of the top business schools in Canada and got in with a scholarship. You know, everything was good on paper. And I remember that within 3 months, I'm like, this is not the place for me. I remember walking into the halls of the school and everybody was there with suits and ties, ambitious students, and here I was with just a regular tracksuit and some Jordans. And I was like, man, I did not get the memo. I'm in the wrong place. And, you know, I had to really realize, like, what am I doing? Where am I? And within a year, I had decided to change programs and then eventually schools. And in that period of my life, I felt like a failure. I had spent my entire high school life trying to figure out and strategically plan what my future was going to be, who I was going to be, where I was going to go. And within moments of starting university, all of that felt like it went to waste. I felt like I was behind. I felt like I was lost. I had no clarity, no direction, hopeless, a failure. And one day, I was going through that process, and I had to wake up and I had to take a real inventory of my life. I had to take an inventory of what was around me, take an inventory of the situation, and I said, Stefan, as young as I was, 19, I said, Stefan, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're behind. It doesn't matter if you feel like the odds are stacked against you. It doesn't matter if you feel like you tried enough. What does matter and what should matter is that you want better for yourself. You want better for your community. You want better for your family. And what I was trying to make sure didn't happen, I didn't want to be another stereotype. Growing up in Toronto, Canada, you know, there's a narrative that goes around that black men, we're not much, we can't do much. Growing up in a low-income, you know, community, seeing gang violence all around me, friends who passed away, I said I was not going to grow up and be another number, be another statistic. So you know what I did? I said, you know what, we're gonna stop surviving. I got up and I started to thrive. And I stand before you today, not that transfer student who felt lost, who felt hopeless, who felt like he didn't have his place in life, but I stand before you, the first person in my family to pursue and will graduate with a master's degree. I stand before you as a student who has racked up over $30,000 in scholarships, my entire master's paid for. I stand before you as a student affairs professional, a student success coach who's helped hundreds of students figure out, just like me, where they are meant to be, the purpose that they have. And I thrive, and I don't just thrive for me, I thrive for those around me, the students I encounter, the individuals I meet around the world, because they deserve that much. They deserve so much better. Don't you want to thrive? Don't you want more for yourself?
Yes.
Don't you want more for the people around you?
Yes.
Don't you want to see them thrive?
Yes.
So if that's you, I want you to just put your hand on your heart. And I want you to say, you know your name. Now, I know some of your names, but I want you to honestly call out your name, and I want you to say, Stefan, or whatever your name is, it's time to stop surviving. So on the count of 3, I want you to say your name. 1, 2, and 3. It's time to stop surviving.